Hi, welcome to a Leeds guitar studio video. Today we're going to talk about capos. Now everybody knows what capo does, or thinks they do. In the first instance, what you'd normally do is take a sequence of chords and the singer says it's too low for me or it's too high, so you slap on the capo wherever and you play it the same. So you've transposed it up a whole tone in that case. Now that's fine and very useful, but there's another slightly more interesting way of using capos, and this is great for both the studio and for playing out live. And it's all to do with the tuning of the instrument, really. The guitar is tuned in fourths, so a lot of the open chords are related to each other by that interval. And put simply, it means that you say you've got a sequence, and here's our little test sequence. So this is in G major, so it's 1, chord 1, G major, chord 5, D, chord 4, C, does that twice, and then we've got chord 6, A minor, go to chord 3, B minor, and for the purposes of this demonstration we're doing it in a 6/8 kind of thing, not uncommon. Now, so that's great. Say there's two of you, two guitarists, as often there are, or possibly worse still, 3, or the sort of Armageddon situation of having 4 guitarists. And if they're all doing that, it starts sounding pretty pants pretty quick, unless everybody's very, very tight, very disciplined, and which probably ain't going to be the case. So, rather than everybody fighting for that one little bit of space that the G chord occupies, you can use the capo to play the same chords, still using open shapes, so it's not too hard on the left hand and the old noggin, but also expanding the sound upward and outward. So the way it works, say we're in G, as we are. If we want to capo at the first magic number, which is 5, that's the equivalent of going down a string. So a string down from G is D. So all you got to do is play the same sequence, and again, helps to think in functional harmony terms, so you can work it out quick enough otherwise, in this capo. So G is 1, so we're now down a string in D, so D is 1. So there's the G major chord played with an open D shape. And basically you just follow the sequence, if you can do that. So that's, what is it, chord 1, 5, 4. 5, 4, and then it was 6, which is B minor shape, and then down a string to 3. That's it, from memory. And as you can hear, it's a long way, pitch-wise, register-wise, from, and when you blend the two, which we'll do on the multi-tracks, they complement each other rather beautifully. So, to recap, see what I did there, the 5th fret is the equivalent of going down a string. So that's the first magic number. Of course the other one is 7. And if you capo at the 7th fret, that's the equivalent of going up a string. Now, we're in G. Now the problem with this is because standard tuning is wonky. So, you've got the tuning break between the G and the B string. So that kind of screws that logic up. So find a G elsewhere is the easy way. So low G, go up a string, it's a C. So we're now in C major. So chord 1 in C major, of course, is a C shape. So there's 1, and then it was 5, 4. In this case, C major, a G shape, an F shape, and then the 2 minor chords, of course. Chord 6 is A minor, which is easy and nice to play there, and then the chord, the other minor was chord 3, so that's E minor shape. Okay. Now, usually what you'll find is when you try either or both possibilities, the 5th or the 7th fret, one or the other will be will have the edge over the other. You see what I mean? There'll be one that involves more open chord shapes than the other, and is slightly less awkward to play. The downside of playing up here, of course, is that it gets a little more cramped. Depends on your hand size. If you've got fat fingers like me, it can be. But that actually might be an advantage for you. So you know, so horses for courses. So I'm just going to play through the sequence now with each one in turn, the open, the fifth and the seventh, and then we'll mix and match the two together. You can hear what they sound like. Okay, over and out.